Just taking a brief video here. This is near Sword Road. It's August 15th today, I think, right? 14th today. It's really hard to see because it looks like it's starting with some algae here, which is troubling. But if you look down here, you'll see the start of the milfoil. And it's quite thick, but unfortunately, it just hasn't made it to the top yet. But if I run the paddle through there, it's pretty much covering the bottom. This area is a little deeper. It's about 8 feet, I think it is. So we're going to go to a little shallower area and see what we can show you. Okay, so now we're on the east side of Hatzic Lake, and there's a variety of different plants. You can see how much of this is full of weeds. It's a very large chunk of the lake. So this is coming out of Legacy Creek, which is just over here. You can see if you went down to the left, so the creek would drain out into here, or Hatzic Flute, whichever you want to call it. But you can see right here how shallow this is. Hopefully you can see the bottom. It's probably 2 feet or less, all in this area. And you can just see the amount of weeds here. I mean, it's literally all weeds. And you can, if you look close, you can see those weeds, the milfoil underneath there, just how much of it there is. And it's hard to convey because right now they haven't quite hit the surface yet, but there's a lot of it. Okay, so we're still on the east side of the lake. You'll see that there is where we just came through. I had the video going showing you that. It's fairly nice and clear right here, but this is on the west side of that channel. And just to give you perspective, if you look here, and you can see where that weeping willow tree is there, that's pretty much where the lake should be. And if you can see there, that's all flowering rush, all this material here. And it's just eating up the lake little by little by little. Well, not little by little, it's happening very quickly. And you'll see all along to here. Oops. Hopefully you can see that, it's pretty bright. And it looks like there's some of the pondweed in there as well. Again, I'll clarify that to make sure that's the actual name of it. I'm pretty sure it is. And if you look closely, you see way in the back there, it looks like some of that, those lily pads, the yellow flowering weeds are also growing back in there. So it's taken away all this usable recreational space, plus area for fish and other creatures. And if you look on this side here, you'll see this channel itself is narrowing drastically as well, also with the flowering rush, and I'll give you some more of that in a moment. So this is the same channel I was just recording. This is now the west side of that channel. If you look straight through there, I'll zoom in a bit, that's the start of the Everglades resort down there. And as you can see, if you look closely, this whole channel here has been narrowed, you know, I don't know, that's got to be 60 feet, 70 feet maybe. That's all flowering rush right down there. And then, as you can see, this whole area here, it's just crazy how much of this is here. And you can just see it keeps creeping out further and further. Pretty soon it's going to take over this whole channel. So we need something done about this quickly. Okay, so here you can start to see where it's starting to emerge, right? And most of those other areas that I videoed, Pretty certain it's right there. It's ready to come up. There's tons here. This is all milfoil. And you can actually see right there. Oh, here's some submerged flowering rush right there. There's there, and there's some over there. So you know that that's going to end up coming. And eventually it'll look like the other side of the lake. A little bit of that pondweed there too. This is a shoreline on Sward Road. So just to give you an idea of what's happening in front of all these properties. That's all milfoil. Oh, there's a little bit of that pondweed in there too. And then you can see if you look all the way down in front of everybody's properties, that's completely full of milfoil. You can even see underneath there. So, you know, pretty frustrating how the shoreline's just choked right out with this stuff too.